when a confidential letter from Robyn Brown is introduced in court. The real reason behind the collapse of Sister Wives is exposed faster, and far more devastatingly than anyone expected. Betrayal, guilt, secrets that had festered in the dark, now dragged into the light. Kody Brown is forced to confront everything he had buried, everything he had run from. But no one anticipated Janelle's reaction. Order in the court. The judge's voice cracked through the chamber, echoing against the paneled oak walls. Whispers died instantly. The courtroom packed with reporters, estranged family, and stunned onlookers fell into a suffocating hush. This wasn't a case about finances or contracts. This was about the dismantling of a family that once stood as a monument to love, faith, and shared destiny. Kody Brown, the former patriarch of TLC's Sister Wives, sat slumped at the defense table, aged beyond recognition. The charisma was gone, replaced by hollow silence and paperwork stained with regret. Across from him, Janelle sat in cold, quiet composure. Her face was calm, but her eyes were a battlefield, decades of fury tightly coiled. Madison stood beside her, unwavering and fierce. Robyn Brown sat a few rows behind her attorney, gripping a tissue and a trembling water bottle. Her eyes darted between Kody and the bench as if waiting for the inevitable disaster to strike. And then it did. Your Honor, Janelle's lawyer rose, pulling a folded paper from a slim brown file. We ask the court to admit this letter into evidence. The judge arched an eyebrow. What is its relevance? It is a handwritten letter from Robyn Brown to Mr. Kody Brown, dated, authenticated, and never before seen by any of the co-wives, least of all my client. Janelle Brown. What's written in this letter is deeply disturbing. We believe it played a pivotal role in the collapse of the Brown family. A wave of shocked gasps rippled across the courtroom. Robyn froze. Kody turned pale, his jaw locked. Janelle didn't blink. She already knew. The letter would confirm everything she had long suspected. The judge nodded. Proceed. With deliberate care, the lawyer unfolded the paper like it might detonate. It was aged yellowed at the edges, the cursive handwriting unmistakably Robyn's. He began to read, Dear Kody, I don't know how much longer I can pretend everything's fine. I know you see it the way the others look at me. With suspicion, with resentment, sometimes with pure hatred. I tried to love them. I really did. But I've accepted it. I don't belong to them. I belong to you. And maybe that's the problem. The courtroom stiffened. Robyn covered her face. Kody clenched his fists. I'm tired of sacrificing our peace for their comfort. Tired of asking permission to be near you. I don't want to be their villain, but if I already am, then maybe it's time I stop apologizing. Even the court clerk looked up, stunned. You've said I'm your safe place, sure peace. So why are we holding together something that's already broken? If it's between me or them, please, Kody, choose peace. Choose me. A dead silence followed. Then the lawyer added, let the record reflect. This letter was written 18 months before my clients separated from Mr. Brown, before Garrison's death, before the final unraveling. And it makes clear Robyn wanted Kody to choose her alone, even if it meant ending the family. Kody finally moved, whispering hoarsely, it wasn't meant to be found. Mr. Brown, the judge warned, but it was too late. His words echoed confirmation that the letter had been hidden. Robyn trembled. Her lawyer whispered something, but she barely registered it. Janelle remained stone-faced. Madison, however, was fuming. Her voice, though low, was laced with fury. You manipulated us, she said. Eyes locked on Robyn. The judge turned to Janelle. Would the plaintiff like to respond? Nell rose. No notes, no hesitation. It's proof of what I always knew, she said, voice even. Kody, made his choice. He just never had the courage to admit it. And Robyn, she turned, eyes narrowing. You didn't just want love. You wanted to be the last one standing. Robyn's lip trembled. Tears pooled in her eyes, but she said nothing. You could have told us, Janelle added. We were your sisters. You could have been honest. Instead, you sent secret letters and watched the rest of us fall apart while you got everything you ever wanted. The judge held up a hand. That's enough for now. You'll have your full statement during session 3. Janelle sat down. The room was still. The air was thick with betrayal. The truth had been laid bare. It wasn't religion or culture or the pressures of reality TV that tore the Browns apart. 'Twas favoritism. Secrets and choices made behind closed doors, sealed in envelopes, hidden in drawers. Now, those choices were in the open, and nothing would ever be the same. Robyn Brown's voice trembled. I never meant for it to come to this. I wasn't trying to win, Your Honor. I was just trying not to lose everything. The judge interjected gently. Mrs. Brown, please finish. Robyn gave a soft nod. To Janelle's children, to all the kids. I understand now why you stopped trusting me. I know I became someone you couldn't believe in. Maybe you blame me on, maybe you're right to. Maybe I deserve all of it. But I want you to know, I didn't choose silence because I didn't care. I just didn't know how to stop it. I'm sorry I didn't speak sooner. I'm sorry I let Kody drift away without a word. I'm sorry I let silence speak for me. She sat down. There were no murmurs, no outbursts, only silence. The kind that hangs heavy like someone dropped a stone into the deepest part of a lake, and the splash never came. The judge cleared his throat and looked to Janelle. Does the plaintiff wish to respond now or at the next session? Her attorney leaned in. Janelle gave a slight nod. Next session, Your Honor. A short beat. The judge tapped his gavel. Once court is in recess, we'll reconvene in 1 hour for session 3. Chairs scraped. Reporters shifted. Attorneys gathered files. But Robyn didn't move. She stared down at the letter in front of her like it was bleeding. Kody stood slowly, but didn't turn his eyes glued to the courtroom floor. And Janelle? She rose without hesitation. No lawyer, no permission, no pause. Her heels clicked with intent as she moved forward an unexpected storm in an otherwise ordered room. Her expression unreadable, her spine straight. But her eyes burned with fury, grief, and years of betrayal. She didn't look at the judge. She looked straight at Kody. When she spoke, her voice was low, dangerous in its restraint. I asked you for the truth, Kody. Every soul in the courtroom leaned in. I pleaded with you, just give me a real reason. No religion, no excuses. No conflicting schedules. Just honesty. I deserved it. They deserved it. Kody didn't move, didn't look up. Janelle raised the infamous letter in the air like a dagger crafted from shattered trust. But this was the truth. And instead of saying it out loud, you tucked it away in some drawer, hoping no one would ever find it. You chose loyalty to one woman over honesty to your whole family. The silence cracked. A gasp came from somewhere in the gallery. She turned to Robyn now, her voice colder, harder. You didn't destroy this family, Robyn. Kody did. Robyn clutched her chest. Tears welled instantly. But your silence, your smiles, your looking the other way, you enabled him. Well, maybe you didn't mean to. Maybe you thought you were surviving too. But survival at the cost of everyone else's destruction, that's not survival. That's complicity. Robyn's hand flew to her mouth as she wept, shoulders shaking. But Janelle stood firm. Do you have any idea what it feels like to watch your children cry on Christmas? To make up reasons why their father didn't call? To lie to them so they wouldn't break all over again? Her voice cracked, barely. A fracture in her iron. I defended you, Kody, for years. protected your image to our kids. I made excuses. I told them you were just confused. That you'd come back around? I believed the man who held our babies still lived somewhere inside you." She inhaled. Long, soul-weary breath. Then she read, "If it's me or them, I hope you'll choose peace even if it means letting go of everything else." She looked up, piercing him. "And you did." Kody shut his eyes, still silent, still motionless. A man caged by the consequences of his own making. Janelle's voice was firm. No effort to hide them. "You all think I ruined this family? I didn't. I was